Hey everyone, welcome back to another market closing live stream. So don't sue me, bro, but Max has a new stock market prediction. And I wanted to reveal that. This is it. It's right here. This is Max's stock market prediction. Jack is my soon-to-be 6-year-old. His birthday's on the 31st. We got that coupon code Jack's birthday down below. But this is Max's stock market prediction. Now, it's important to know that Max is almost 4 fingers. And he was really excited to get a rocket ship going to symbolize the stock market. Now, obviously, he's patriotic as well. So we got the American flag, and we know that the rocket ship is on because there are flames coming out of the back. He always tries to torch me with the flames as well when he sees me. He holds the flames to me, and he's trying to like torch me with the rocket. We know the flag's right here, so that's good. We know we're right side up here. The problem with Max's rocket ship and his stock market prediction is he drew the ground right here. So unfortunately, Max is either a short seller, a bear, or the people at the Federal Reserve who are not named Jerome Powell. So, yeah. There's Max's stock market prediction for you. I'm not quite sure what to make of that, but, if it's anything like the stock market prediction the Bloomberg terminal gave us when it said pray, on what was it, February 17th or whatever, right before the big old crash of everything, then I guess that would be cause for concern. So in honor of that, we may as well start with the things that are red today. Like we've got Peloton, obviously got destroyed yesterday after its earnings. We got volatility actually down today, and some LiDAR plays moving down, like Velodyne. Although Velodyne seemed to have just propped up briefly there for a moment on some hopium that came in. But Velodyne's just a perfect example of just SPAC gone wrong, unfortunately. You get that SPAC momentum that we had towards the end of last year, even the beginning of this year. And a lot of SPACs have just been getting destroyed. Quite a few SPACs under that $10 range, which I always thought it was very interesting that a lot of folks thought if you bought a SPAC at $10, you really couldn't go wrong because, well, that's par value, right? But the problem is par value for a SPAC was just the estimated value of what the SPAC sellers were selling this asset at. It's like what the securities attorneys I've spoken with have told me. They say, Kevin, securities are sold, not bought. And it's like, it's all a sales game. So, yeah, I mean, the sheer number of SPACs you see now under $10 is incredible. You've got a firm, just another IPO here, that it's finally slowly on a little trajectory up again. Although, quite frankly, Peloton's been a big customer for a firm. It's bigger ticket items, so you wonder how Peloton's impact on a firm might impact the company. I did think it was very interesting that a firm was trying to distance themselves from Peloton in their last earnings call. So I wonder if they almost knew the writing was on the wall. In fact, now that I think about it, they probably did. So I did think that was very interesting that they connected the dots and probably preemptively distanced themselves. Chinese stocks still getting hammered here. SoFi sitting at 1409. Remember, it's a SPAC. It's playing this line right here. It has not been playing this line frequently. But if we look at some sell puts on here, I quite a while ago sold some Jan puts, and it got me to under like, I don't know, it wasn't like $11 or $10 or something like that. Let's see if right now, if you went in for some 15 Jan 2023s, it's pretty expensive. But yeah, you're not getting as much as you used to get on these now. You're getting 5,100 out of, let's see here, 15 times 10 times 100. You're getting about 34% right now, going all the way out to January 2023. You were getting a better deal in the past, even if you went out to I'm not going to do that math again. Anyway, yeah, volatility's obviously gone down on these, but right now, if you were to do the 15s, yeah, you'd be at about 990 is roughly what it would be like as if you were buying the shares for. But that's going out so far. I would probably go more like $3,000 over here. Yeah, okay, 3 into 15. 3 into 15 for January, 20%. That's not horrible. What's the breaking news, CNBC?
Sarah, that's right. This is the unclassified summary now of the intelligence community's investigation into the origins of COVID-19. And what they're saying here is sort of all over the map, to be honest with you. It's an inconclusive report. A number of elements of the intelligence community feel one way about this. Other elements feel another way about it. The headline here is that they all agree ultimately that the virus was not developed as a biological weapon. The points of disagreement, though, are where this virus actually came from and how it came to infect human beings. The unclassified assessment here is saying that one intelligence community element assesses with moderate confidence that the first human infection with SARS-CoV-2 most likely was the result of a laboratory-associated incident, probably involving experimentation, animal handling, or sampling by the Wuhan Institute of Virology. These analysts give weight to the inherently risky nature of work on coronaviruses. So one element of the intelligence community is assessing, but only with moderate confidence, that this virus was the result of experimentation at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. However, 4 other elements of the intelligence community and the National Intelligence Council assess with low confidence that the initial SARS infection was most likely caused by a natural exposure to an animal infected with it or a close progenitor of the virus. The virus probably would be 99% similar to the virus that emerged. These analysts give weight to Chinese officials' lack of foreknowledge, the numerous vectors for natural exposure, and other factors. So bottom line here, Sarah, is that one element of the intelligence community, they're not telling us which one, which intelligence agency this is assessing with moderate confidence that this thing did emerge as the result of some kind of experimental accident at the Wuhan Institute of Virology.
Oops, that's very interesting. I don't know. We'll get off that topic here and get back to stocks, but I do think that's very interesting. Yeah, it's nice to hear them say, "Don't worry, wasn't a weapon." Unless it was, and they don't want us to think it was a biological weapon. Jeez, what a mess that thing turned into. But lab leak theories, huh? Jeez, that the lab leak theories, that used to be like the big fake news, right? The big fake news of 2020. Oh, it's the lab leak, right? And now you've got hold on. Oh, okay. And now you've got this actually surfacing as a very possible scenario. So interesting. I am also, though, looking at Poshmark, just sort of looking at the flatness here for the past 90 days. Going to go 12 months here. Relatively flat as well. 5 years out on Google Trend. Look, Google Trend has sort of this parabola shape here. It's almost like, wow, interesting. Look at the freeze in spending right here during the pandemic or searches of Poshmark. You never really did get that pre-pandemic crash recovery, though. I like how suggested after Poshmark Reddit is Gucci belt. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Stonks. That's what you got. Stonks. All right. The mortgage companies still getting wrecked over here. United Wholesale Mortgage. You've got, how's RKT doing? I still hold a tiny little bit of RKT, but not much. I dumped most of mine in the 20s. Yeah, market's just not happy about real estate. Still curious though about Redfin, since quite frankly, the real estate market's still booming. Just what I'm seeing out in the market, this eviction crisis. I don't know. I'm still bullish on these guys. It would be interesting though to look at the search trends on these guys again. We were doing this in the course member live stream not too long ago, but let's just do here Redfin and then maybe like homes for sale or something. Yeah, see, Redfin still got a nice boost. Got homes for sale. This was with a slowdown. Obviously, you go into a Q4 slowdown. Oh, sorry. That's the same thing. Homes for sale. EXPI is a great one. Yeah, homes for sale still up. Well, everybody's looking right now. That's the thing. So you need to get website traffic up. Well, anybody searching for EXPI would just be searching for the stock. So EXP Realty would probably be the better phrase. Somebody searching EXP Realty, I feel like is actually like an agent or going to be an agent. That's bullish. I like EXP. EXP. The company, just so you know, is EXP and the ticker is EXPI. But anyway, it's sitting at $45. I got some good shares. I don't think I have my options anymore. Let's see. Can you go? Okay. Hold on one sec. I want to get our EXP referral link. Hold on a sec. Okay. Cool. I'm not going to buy Berkshire A. But yeah, that's bullish on EXP. I don't know, Zillow, EXP, maybe just the real estate basket. Still got Redfin. And I really have found, can somebody please hear, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open up the chat for a second here. And what I'm looking for is, can somebody please tell me why real estate stocks are falling? Is it because we think rates are going to go up, which I don't think? Is it a slowdown expected for Q4? Like, why is Zillow at under $100, right? Why is Redfin at $50? Somebody tell me. Slowdown in sales, big rush almost over. I think negative rates would be good. I agree with potentially seasonal, like a seasonal slowdown in sales. Pure lies. Oh, what did I tell you about support? I said it this morning in this morning live stream. I go, with this kind of pump in the pre-market, I would not hold this into tomorrow. And I even said, like, it could go up to 150, 200% up, but I would not hold it until tomorrow. And it's not a surprise. I mean, look, that's not to say it can't bounce again tomorrow. But the reason I said that was when you get a pump like this in pre-market, I don't think it's sustainable. And I think the only reason you had this was social momentum. It's a small cap stock too. Housing bubble, I don't know. Government not holding the bag. New properties hitting the market, not that much. No problem selling. Yeah, I agree. No problem selling. Should I stop my Fastly bleeding? That's a good one. I'm going to write that one down because, yeah, Fastly's just been getting screwed. I'll write that one down too. EXPI. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to see if I have. Let me see if I have shares. Hold on. Okay. So let's see. Uncertainty around rental market and eviction. See, I actually don't think this is going to be that big of an issue because even if the quote unquote upper class has stopped buying, I think then other people are going to move in who want to participate, right? Eviction moratorium, maybe. I do think it's possible that we could see an uptick in properties. Thank you for shouting out the Wall Street Journal piece. They just ran up too much. That's also true. The promise of iBuying might be false. People I know who have sold say the experience is horrible. See, now that I believe, Mr. Tom. That I believe. I think iBuying is like I wouldn't sell to an iBuyer. I want to be the iBuyer and then just rent out the properties. So I do agree with that. That's interesting to me. Personally, I dislike Max. Oh, hey, who knows? Maybe he's on to some strong fundamental analysis at kindergarten. You never know. I'm sorry, preschool. His preschool analysis must be on point. I still have a small position in AI. I did one purchase in AI when it was at that big old support line, and then it broke right through it, and I'm like, what? What? But I'm gonna put IAI. Let's see here. Hard to pin it on one thing. Max is the next Burry. Kevin teaching his kids short everything. You're long open. Ooh. See, there's a SPAC and real estate combined. That's just a recipe for a disgusting stock right now. I'm not trying to bag on the choice because I there's some things I like about open, but so you combine, just for some reason, we're seeing that ouchie. Don't see financial excess. Housing boom not fueled by credit bubble. That update just came in. That's interesting. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it's just been painful in these stocks. There's a new law about including rent payments on your credit score. People's credits will improve from all time. I think that's wonderful. That's funny. Somebody asked me about that. I was being interviewed by like the Washington Post or somebody, and they asked me about that. And I said, we should have that. Like that, yes. On-time rent payments should be part of credit. Those are financial obligations, and timely payments should be reported. It also gives leverage to the landlord in the event the tenant misses the payment. Mortgages will be harder to maintain for that. That is true. That is true. Okay, somebody else is saying that Max's prediction is that this is what inflation is going to do. Okay, so maybe the rocket ship is actually inflation is what you're saying. That's interesting. Wall Street don't like heavy asset companies. That's possible. I'm from UK. Well, the course is, I've got a lot of international students who love the perspective in the courses. So I would say like 90% of the material applies to the international community. Thank you for asking that. Anyway, okay. So let's go back here to what's going on over here. A lot of momentum moving today. My goodness, HUD 8 is going to go to $8. This is just an incredible one. But I mean, it just runs with crypto, right? So it's almost like you would have bought Cardano, you would have done better than buying HUD 8. And no diss on HUD 8, okay? No diss on HUD 8. I bought Cardano instead of HUD 8. I wish I bought more Cardano, but I didn't. I called to get my chimney repair, and they're telling me 3 to 4 months just to get glass doors cut and installed because of supply chain and inflation issues. A disaster. Yeah. I think the market's gonna. No, I'm not. I sell puts into SoFi, but I'm not big on just the stock itself. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So this Cardano move, I really appreciate right here because it's finally giving us a little bit more charting that we can do here. See, like we have this brief hit over here, and then we have this hit more so I'd say right around here-ish, ish. Well, I want 249, 238. So it makes you wonder if we're going to follow this sort of pattern and maybe see something like a 260, kind of drop again, and maybe does that become a buy the dip? I mean, the big buys from the buy sell alerts that I was sending, it was such a no-brainer to buy the thing at one. Obviously, hindsight always, you wish you bought more, but I did buy 6 figures of Cardano at these lows, so I can't feel bad. I feel like sometimes it's like you're so hard on yourself, right? But anyway, yeah, trying to find what's the leftover downs. Like Owlet, this is an interesting one to me. It's just another SPAC that's just getting wrecked here. So if Owlet keeps dropping, I'm interested. So I'm gonna keep an eye on Owlet. I think you've got sort of an overwhelming amount of redemptions happening here. I'll be curious to see how things work tomorrow. I wonder how cheap calls are. Like a total YOLO call. I wonder how cheap they are right now. 15 cents? Oh my gosh. 15 cents on a $7.50 call. It's out of the money for September 17th. Oh, that's funny. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 20 cents if you want to buy it. So if you were to put in 1,000 of these, it'd be 20 grand. It's total 20 grand YOLO. I'm going to do it. It's total YOLO. Hold on a sec. Total YOLO. Total YOLO. Hold on. Anyway, very dangerous. Okay, cool. All right, we got the bell coming up now. So where were we? So we were at market close. Moderna's still kind of bleeding a little bit here. Chip. Oh, seriously? A charge point 21? Thank you for saying that. Oh, yeah, I like it when it gets closer to the line over here. Hold on. I'm 3x margin on ADA short. Hopefully you got in recently. Anyway, let's listen to the bell.
At the VIX, it is kind of sinking towards 16 as people have a sigh of relief about what.
Oh my gosh, all the screaming. You can't hear any Volta. All right, well look at the S&P. Look at all these indices. Dow's up 0.69, S&P 0.88, Nasdaq 123, Russell 2000 up almost 3% today. It's the end of Delta. It's the end of Delta. The Russell's up 3%.
In 2021. Welcome back to Closing Bell, everyone. I am Sarah Eisen here with Mike Santoli, who is in for Wilfred Frost on this Friday. Take a look at how he finished up the day on Wall Street. Mike called it the everyone in the pool rally. Dow closed near session highs, 241 points. See that spike up around 10 o'clock this morning? That was when Fed Chair Jay Powell gave his remarks at Jackson Hole, which were interpreted by the market as dovish, in no hurry, certainly to raise rates. Didn't even give a specific timeline on the taper, up 0.7%. S&P 500 closing at a record high. Every sector rallied today except for healthcare and utilities, which has been somewhat of a defensive place to be. Energy in the lead for the day and for the week. As we mentioned, having a great week. Some of those cyclical economic stocks like financials, consumer discretionary, communication, that service.
All right, Sarah, thank you for that. So support's only up 33%. I'm sorry. I am to blame. I said this morning, this will not hold into the close. I screwed it up. I am completely sorry. But I said people are going to hold this just for today, but don't hold it into tomorrow. I thought it was way too risky. It was way too fluky that it was running the way it was. And sure enough, you got your run. And look at how soon traders flipped. Look at when traders flip. This is just like a human psychology play right here. Look at this. This is so interesting. Once you got to within 2 hours of the close, as soon as we had one little extra squeeze of a rally, people go, sell. It's nuts how the psychology just took over on that one. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, like MRIN, all these guys, these are just like high vol momentum plays. You know, MRIN does this madness. MMAT does this madness. Former EXPI XX leading growth of competing brokerage, real brokerage, realized. Yeah, I've heard about them before. REIX. How have you guys been doing? Well, you're a penny stock. Well, you actually had a nice push over here. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm curious to see how your trends are. Real X. What is it called? Rex. What's it? Real brokerage. Real brokerage. Redfin. I'm just gonna type in real brokerage. Yeah, you guys a little uptrend over 5 years here. Be worth doing a little bit of looking into. Thanks. Oh my gosh, you followed me on the outlet calls. Watch tomorrow, it's down like 20% again, and then the calls are down like 80. The outlet. Oh god. We should look at the short interest on outlet. Who wants to do that? Ugh. Ay. Let's go look. I mean, it's a SPAC. So the short interest, even if it was high, it probably plummeted when they moved. So okay, let's see here. All right. I don't think KD4P means anything. Oh well. Speaking of which. Oh, wait, hold on a sec. This is cool. Oh, we're going to pull up short interest here in just a moment, but I totally forgot to mention that if you want to get a free stock worth all the way up to $70, make sure you go to metkevin.com/public. It's metkevin.com/public. You can follow me there at meetkevin, but go to metkevin.com/public and get free stock worth all the way up to $70. The link is right next to the Jack's birthday coupon code linked down below. All right, so let's go ahead and pull up some short interest here. And let's see. Let me grab this. Okay. Bloomberg's coming up. Oopsies. Screwed that up. All right. Cool. All right. So we got the app up. Let's grab some short interest. We know it's Friday. We usually don't do earnings on Friday. So that's boring. You're going to stop YouTube? No, I'm not going to. Why would I leave YouTube? I'm never going to leave. Short interest on SoFi? I can do that. I can do that. Individual company new. No. What am I doing? I'm such an idiot. I'm typing the wrong things in. By the way, if anybody is a real estate agent and wants to consider joining EXPI, that is Lauren and I now. Well, actually, Lauren has a referral link because I love the company. I've talked to the CEO twice now. He's been on the channel. If you go to metkevin.com/exp, not EXPI, just EXP. Although I should honestly make one for EXPI because I feel like that's what we all know it as. Then you could join EXP Realty, which is kind of cool. I'll pull up short interest in just a second. Let me also make a link for EXPI. Am I going to screw it up if I do that? I don't think I will. Let me try really quick. Create. Oh no, I won't. Okay, EXPI. Okay, there we go. I made it for both. Okay, I'll put the link in here. So metkevin.com/exp. That should work. Click on that, and why join EXPI? Yeah, Lauren. Oh, that's so cool. Ha ha ha. So yeah. Anyway, if you wanted to join EXP, go to metkevin.com/exp, and yeah, save some money on commissions. All right, let's pull up. No, like seriously, I'm gonna just be totally transparent and totally honest with you. Which I always am. So I guess that's redundant. When I became a real estate agent, I always knew I wanted to be a real estate broker. So I got my real estate agent license, and then I became a broker as soon as I could after I had my 2 years of experience, because I wanted to get as many commissions as I could and have as little headache as possible. I still like that path. Like, I personally prefer being my own broker because I could do all of my own branding and I don't have to answer to anyone. But 98% of people I talk to are like, yeah, no, I don't want to be my own broker. And so for folks who material in the EXPI like umbrella, I think it's like there's almost no reason not to do EXPI over the other brokerages. It's just the mentoring you get at the other brokerages. I have a hard time recommending the other brokerages. I don't think the training is that good. Yeah, that's what I would do. Like if I didn't go the broker route, I would hands down go all in on being an agent there. But don't let me try to sell you on it. If you want to apply there, go to metkevin.com/exp and decide for yourself. Okay, so where were we with short interest? Okay. So let's do some short interest. What were we going to do again? SoFi? And I feel like there was something else we were going to look at too. Oh, Owlet. That was the whole reason for pulling this up. 3.8% on SoFi. I don't even know what the ticker symbol is. Owlet ticker. Okay. Owlet. Conte Alouetta. There's like nothing. Like 1.23. Then you've got, I don't know who else. What do you want? What else do we want? I don't know. Give me some short interest. I don't care. What else am I doing? I pay $750 a month for this crap, so I may as well use it. $324, and that's just for this box. 3.4. Like the box this is in, the bigger box behind it. That's like $2,500 a month. It's nuts. Look right here, okay? Right here where my mouse is for the short interest. LCID. And I'm gonna move my mouse. That's 8.79. Everything plummeted everything plummets once they go public, right? 11.30 for that one. MTTR. Oh my gosh, y'all fast. 2.7. Only 2.7 on Matterport. Jeez, not a lot of shorting right now. Let's look at RK. Romeo Power. That one's still at 24. Let's look at RK. Oh, RK is still at 11% short. That's the Burries right there. All right, I'll do FUV next. This is 15.99 on AMC. I'll do GME really quick and then FUV. 11.41. Arcimoto was always high short. 34.91%. Oh my gosh. The problem with Arcimoto, and look, I love the company. I rode the vehicles. I think they're great. I just think the market is pricing in so much fear on Arcimoto because it's taking them a little longer to get to like actual production capacity. And so I think the reason you see this high short is not to like be mean to the company. It's just literally people being fearful or hedging or whatever. You know, it is at a support line right now. We do tend to bounce down to about 942 though, and we've even gone below that. This is the last time I bought Arcimoto. Was over here at 732, and then I sold covered calls at 17. I didn't get the perfect top, but I sold covered calls at 17. So obviously when it fell back down, I mean, I could have just sold the shares, but I didn't really want to. And so those sold calls are printing tendies, which is also what I did on Robinhood. Anyway, I don't know if can we do short interest yet on Robinhood? It might be too early. Hood. Bloomberg Terminal has the short interest on a 50% range. How do you know which one to listen to? Yeah. 4.57 on Robinhood. Let me see. SPRT. First of all, I don't recommend you use the Bloomberg. Like when you see the orange, what you're talking about is like when you see the orange text like this, the orange and the black text, I don't recommend you listen to those screenshots that say short interest because they're usually like they're usually about 2.5 weeks old. So you want to look at things like this, Ortex or S3 Partners. And if Ortex has them at 70% and S3 Partners has them at 59%, I think that's decently close. Like somewhere in that range is what it is. So I wouldn't agree with the orange text. You probably saw a screenshot on Twitter or whatever of that text. That's usually what starts these things off. Look at that. Lemonade at 24.26%. That's nice. I got to make a video on lemonade at some point. Clove. Clove, you got to be careful, Clove. 19.93. Yeah. How much super chat I have to pay to get him to answer? I bought $5 ones. You know, what's crazy is if you would have asked your question now, I would see it. Type it really quick. I got to go in like 90 seconds. Okay. So just type your question really fast. I'm staying far away from the Rivian IPO. The car market is just so battered right now. And it's, in fairness, it's because of the crisis of supply and chips. So I have very little interest in that IPO. Nice little tick up there in Ethereum. Discovery going down 6.82% in the after hours. Lemonade's at 75 in the after hours. Oh, Lemonade had a little run right at the end. It ran up to 76 and then dropped back down to 75 and after here. Should we buy more SHIB? And I know nothing about SHIB. And it's probably why I didn't answer you, because I'm absolutely clueless about it. I know nothing. So I don't even know to say good or bad. Just don't know. Reno Trader, why are you face palming? I have no idea why you're face palming. But yeah, anyway. ETH is doing well with the network site. Yeah, DraftKings and Gnog Love. Why did you want me to look at those really quick? I'll look at those. DK and G. I can never remember the DraftKings. I always feel like there should be an F in that. No, it's the 954. That used to be my area code. 954. Oh, you're face palming because of the drawing in the thumbnail? That's art, okay? You back off the art. 5.6. Oh, for the question. Oh, I see. Okay. All right. I got to go. I promised Lauren I would be out of this room in 10 seconds and I won't be late because I'm going to get my butt kicked.